talk to me about ROI. How do you think that insights and research team should be thinking about ROI or talking about ROI, in particular, demonstrating or communicating that ROI internally if they find themselves in that situation?
Yeah, so I do think that is the third trend I was going to talk about, which is trying to measuring the impact and measuring ROI. I think we've been talking about it for many years, and the reality is there's many great organizations like industry bodies around the world have been trying to promote awards, ROI rewards for over a decade now. I think that's all what's required is creating lots of case studies, because the first thing we've got to do is start measuring, and with this big push for more and more data, more and more requests for data, budgets are not matching that kind of growth. So there needs to be some accountability on what outcomes are we achieving through the investment in customer insights, CX, whatever the measure is. So we got to start measuring it. And there's organizations like the GRBN, the Global Research Business Network, that have started producing handbooks and training people on it. You got to measure it. And then you've got to create some case studies around talking about the impact of that. So for some of our clients we're working with, at the start of every project, we now say, hey, what outcome do you want? We're going to measure this and we're going to give you a report at the end of the project, which is tedious, but is required and is really valuable at the end of the year. You can say, you've spent $1.3 million on this project. These are the outcomes you've achieved. That's the only way I can see it working, is just tracking, measuring the ROI, and then reporting back on it, both internally, but also as an industry, talking about the outcomes that we've achieved.
Awesome. Is there anything else that we should cover off?
No, I don't think so. I think that, when I'm talking to you, I'm always thinking about technology. So I'm thinking that, you can tell I've been around for a few years. So I love what we do, but I think that I've kind of lived through this process where technology used to be a differentiator, and now it's not. You can't kind of differentiate around technology. It's a kind of a fundamental expectation of everything that you do, and we've got to keep trying to find the right kind of matches for clients to be able to improve their life and improve our life. So if you can kind of get that match going, the future's going to look even brighter. And as I said right at the start, this is a great time to be involved, because I can see the things that we're doing with technology and with clients is actually trying to make people's lives better. And that is not to take the tedious stuff out, more impactful, make sense of stuff, help us put together great stories, and make more use of all the data that's been collected. And that's where obviously text analytics and your products can kind of come into it, is to be able to kind of make sense of that, because things are happening so quickly these days. If we don't get impact fast, there's plenty of other people promising they're going to do that. So we've got to be kind of on top of our game. And, it's kind of healthy. It's a healthy place. Whatever, the customer is still really important to organizations, and it still is. We're still in the age of the customer. It's going to be fun times. We just got to capitalize on that, on those good times and the relevance.